Okay, so the conquest thingy, right? Okay, so quick rundown. Um, great, great. Depends. Awesome. Super weird. Useless. Great. Wonderful. Absolutely depends on what all these numbers do and how they affect the game. All right, that's it. That's the quick rundown. All right, so let's actually talk about the the thing. Okay, so for reals though, Hand of the Gods, this is a really good idea. Yeah, it really is. I'm not being sarcastic. No, I'm being serious. Listen. This is called Hand of Equality. That is what this item is. It's called Hand of Equality. This thing gives equality to every jungler. If you're Loki and you can't clear, well now you can. Yeah. And if you're Serket and you want to gank, well, you can't because I have Hand of the Gods. You see, as support, trying to gank your speed, you have Hand of the Equality. This is literally just equality. Vision Shard. So who plays League of Legends, right? League of Legends. LOL trinket. Basically, you get this for free. You put a ward down once every 120 seconds. And then once you're level 12, right? Once you're level 12, you get to upgrade this to a real relic. Okay, Jungle Shrine. So this is interesting. So who here plays Paragon? Paragon. Rundown. Back in the alpha days, or beta, it's one of those two. Maybe it was always in alpha beta, I don't know. Bottom line is, back in the good old days of Paragon, where no one played at the game, each side of the jungle had these things, like these giant circle balls. And one would be like glowing and whatever, and then, so the jungler would like clear camps, and then all that stuff will go into this ball of orb, and then once you clear the camps, you can go to the ball of orb, hit it a few times with like a bat, I don't know, like a bat, and then you'll get gold that gives to every single person in your team. It's like it's like communism in a good way. And then, yeah, so you do all the work, and then you give it to everyone. That's like communism. It's great. So the reason why I say it depends if it's good, and it is because, like, what if the enemy jungler comes and takes your balls away from you? Like, what happens, right? It does not encourage jungle snowballing. So let's say I'm Serket. And I'm Loki jungle. This Serket can just take my orb and their orb. And that's free. That's double free money for his entire team. Obviously, it's based on the amount of gold or based on the amount of camps you're clearing. So if I'm Loki and I can't clear anything, and a Serket ganks and takes my orb, she's not really getting anything from that. But she's still getting something, and that something is something. Okay, so yellow buff spawn time, which is great because you know that moment when you're like Kukulkan, not Kukulkan, that god's broken. You know what's a god I can't clear? Let's pretend for a second that Kukulkan doesn't have a 3. So he has to use his 1 to clear the speed buff, right? You know how the jungler stays in with the mid laner at 20 seconds? Yeah. So the Kukulkan would have to go into the camp, sneeze at it, drool all over it, snot all over it, and then has to go back to lane. But by the time he goes to the lane, he already missed a creep because he took 30 years. In other words, characters who cannot use abilities through the wall are going to be losing a creep most of the time. So this is good. 20 seconds, which means you have time. It's good change. This is so weird. Okay. So listen to this. So there's a wall here. Okay, Donald Trump decided to build a wall here. Right? He wants to separate the camps. Cool. Now, this means this entire area is off limits. So if I'm the mid laner, I'll be hugging this side of the wall, because this is the safest side of the wall. Why would you want to hug here? You're a moron. Why would you want to go here? The enemy assassin's right here. Why would you want to do that? That's not big brain. So you want to stay on the left side. Now, what's weird about this is that this entire area is free zone, and which means the mid laner gets to have this every single time, including their mid laner to this side. Okay? Now, what's really weird is that the assassin cannot gank the mid laner that easily. In other words, the mid laner is very safe. The only way to gank the mid laner is either through here or jump over the wall through here. Because right now in Season 6, the mid laner will stay typically in the middle of the arena, so that means he can gank in all 4 locations. But now that's not a thing anymore because he's holding the left side of the wall, he's hugging the left side of the wall. He can also probably hear this side of the jungle. He just needs to put 1 ward here. So he no longer needs to ward to his side of left. He just has to ward here. And then the only thing he has to worry about is right here. And the odds of the assassin jungling or ganking here is really low because you would put a ward there. How many wards can you have? 2. Okay. So then, if you can have 2 wards, you know what you would do? You would ward here, and it'd be right here. Because this is the furthest distance to this distance. In other words, the mid laner is unkillable. Okay. This part. This is a joke. Like, actually a joke. Okay, so what they did here is they added camps. Yeah, that's about it. So let's say I'm Loki ADC, and then the enemy has an Izanami, and they out-pressured us, and like we're here, and the Izanami is like pressuring us. So what they could do is they can go and take they can take this, take the purple, and take the red. If this is too tanky, they can just take the purple and the red and come back, clear the wave, out-pressure us again, and take this and this. So in other words, more snowballing. Let me reinstate something. If these things right here are too tanky, then it's the same thing as the meta right now. They're just gonna ignore this and take the purple and take the red, while we're here like trying to, while we're here like suffering. And then once they come back, they'll come like right here. They'll clear the wave, out pressure us again, and then just take this and then take this and then do their purple and their red. Or not red, but they're purple. But if these things are not, if they're not tanky and they're actually killable, and it says right here that they're pretty much tanky, but it says here these things are tanky, hard-hitting monsters that are cleared most easily by 2 groups of people. How many people in the duel lane? 2. Wow. So that means this is easy to clear. So when you clear this, you take their purple. If you don't have time to get their red, that's okay. You still took their harpy, their purple, and now you're taking your harpy and your own purple. So in other words, you're still getting more farm. You got 4 camps, they got 0. So am I missing something? Probably not. I don't know. In other words, this is a useless. Like, if this is tanky, useless. If this is not tanky, useless. This is amazing. You know why? Because I don't know. What's the point of this? Will the meta change? Will they start at the purple buff? Probably not. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll start at their purple buff if they have amazing clear. This is great because warriors can't die. Now they can. More balance changes. Again, this all depends on what the situation is. And that's my opinion about these things. Yeah. So, they got stopped by. Peace.